Hey you guys, my name is Taquisha. This is Our Freedom Song, and I am on my way into the garden to harvest, so I wanted to take you along with me. Before we headed into the garden, I did want to show you guys these little plant babies growing in these containers. Pretty good germination rate on this cantaloupe, as well as the other cantaloupe, as well as the rich sweetness, which needs to be up potted. And so, I'm excited about this. This is the cucamelon. That's so fun, but pretty spotty otherwise, and no corn in the back, y'all. No corn again. And this is the corn, the only corn out of all the corn that I planted. We have 2, 4, 6, and I planted 2 pieces of corn in each one of these containers. So I would definitely say that is an issue beyond user era. Because the corn is so spotty, y'all, I need to move on. I need to move on from my hopes of having this beautiful full corn bed, because I've used probably 3 weeks now just trying to get corn to germinate. And for those of you who are wondering why I don't just direct sow the corn, it's because we are completely surrounded by trees, and the squirrels will absolutely dig that corn up, y'all. I do want to answer a couple of your questions straight away. I am in South Carolina in zone 8B. We have high heat and high humidity. We do have a long growing season. Our spring summer season altogether is 222 days, which is incredible. We are able to do many succession plantings, but it's also very miserable. depending on really how things are going, the pest pressure, how much rain is raining, with the humidity, it makes it really hard. And then on top of that, just like so many stories around the world, these mosquitoes, y'all. So it makes it really, really hard when it's really hot and you have a lot to do in the garden, but it's not impossible, and we like to get it done. I did purchase GREENSTALK on their last sale, because I also purchased GREENSTALK. That was a great sale. And so I am going to grab this, and we are going to head into the garden and see what it is that we can harvest, y'all. Look at this view, y'all. Just look at this view. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. If you have not watched the last garden tour, I hope that you do, y'all, because I went all up through here. So beautiful. As you guys get a closer look, you can see that these need to continue being pruned, which I'm going to do. I know one of you guys mentioned last time, and I thought that was such a good tip. It was important to let you know for the beginners that if you are pruning your tomatoes with, like, say, your pruner, you do want to wipe it off in between so that you don't spread disease in your garden. And I don't show that part, so if you just see me snipping away, just know that you want to protect your garden and do what you can to not spread disease throughout your garden. It can feel like a hassle to wipe it, but the thing is, like, even Dollar Tree, they have these antibacterial wipes that I've used in the past that are super inexpensive, that really help with the process. So you can look into something like that as well. For you beginner gardeners as well, another thing to know about tomatoes that I learned my first year was not to put your diseased tomato leaves in your compost, and not to also keep them like laying on the soil, because oftentimes if I'm pruning things down, I will lay the leaves on the soil so it can just break down, but you don't want to do that with tomatoes. What I'm using is just some simple alcohol, water, and some antibacterial soap, and it just is nice and simple. There's so many things that you can use. Oh my goodness, look at these beauties right here. So excited about these. Very beautiful. These are called the striped Roma. Since this one's blushing, I'm going to go ahead and take this one as well. And blushing just means that it's starting to turn color. So because it's starting to turn color, it will continue to ripen and have the flavor that it's meant to have if I leave it in the house and allow it to. I think I see a pineapple one down here. Let's see. Oh, it's big, y'all. Ooh. Look how beautiful it is. So this is either a pineapple tomato or a Mr. Stripey. I think it's a pineapple tomato, but it's so interesting because I don't recall planting this variety here. But the place that I thought I planted it, none has grown. So I'm gonna go with pineapple tomato. This is so beautiful. I love the variegation in this. It looks very similar actually to the Roma. Look how similar they look. With that beautiful light orange line moving all through it so fluidly. I think that's beautiful. I am seeing some mealybugs on some of these tomato plants, and you just have to be careful because where there's mealybugs, there's ants. And so if you're not wearing gloves and you're trying to harvest, just be mindful that there's ants lurking. So this tomato right here is called the Great White. And so it has this beautiful purple top and the inside is white or like a creamish color. I've actually not tasted it yet, so I'm excited to taste this today. Whew. We got some fruit flies because some of these tomatoes split, and so I had a split tomato. I just let it fall to the ground. Let's see if we can get some volunteers. Let's see about this beauty right here. Wow. With those mealybugs crawling on it. It just looks like a heart. Ah, so beautiful. So hefty. Look how big this one is. I was trying to see the variety, but all of my tags washed away, y'all. I did get the garden pen. I tried one of the garden pens that was suggested when I asked. I'm trying to think. I'll pop it up on the screen. I'm going to be using that, trying that out next go around. This one right here looks like the Great White. This looks like a Great White and it's so pretty. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? I hope it tastes as good as it looks. The size difference is like really great. Goodness, I'm gonna have to look this up. Could this be the jewel? Could the tags have been switched? It wouldn't be the first time. Okay, so moving on down the line, we have Sunrise Bumblebee. Y'all, I came out here and ate so many of these last night. These are so good, and they was just sitting there all extra ripe, so sweet and delicious. So it's like this Sunrise Bumblebee has more of a sweet tart flavor, and this, which I gotta find the name of this one. What is the name of this one? I have to find the name of this one. But this one actually has a smoky flavor. It's not sweet at all. It's not tart at all. It's just, it kind of reminds me of a Cherokee Purple, you know, where it has that really smoky undertone flavor. That's what this one right here reminds me of. I believe this is not a Golden Jubilee. I need to find it. So this one right here is actually called a Black Strawberry. I've never tried these before, but they're really pretty. And the flavor profile is, let's try it. Look how cute it is. Black strawberry. I love that. So I just tried that, and the flavor profile is just very basic tomato, honestly. It just tastes like a tomato. It doesn't taste like smoky, or it doesn't taste tart or sweet. It just tastes like a red tomato. So after I finish harvesting all of these tomatoes, I'm actually going to prune this whole area. So next up is the Berries Crazy cherries. And this is my first year trying them. At first I was like, meh, but the more you allow them to ripen and turn this beautiful yellow color, the more tart they get, and they actually do taste pretty good. At first I was just harvesting them too soon, and so I wasn't truly able to taste the tart profile. They just kind of tasted flat because they weren't ready, but the more yellow you let them get, the better they are. This is such a big cluster right here. I'm just going to pop it off the vine. Look, it looks like a grape cluster. How cute. So I just have to tell y'all, I am not a fan of string. I am going to not replace, but just place bamboo in its place, because it's just so much more sturdy. And with this wind and storms that we've been having, I feel like I should definitely take advantage of the fact that we do have bamboo, just because it's hurricane season. So sooner than later, we are going to be dealing with, you know, hurricane winds and all the things. And so I really want to make sure that I am staking up these tomatoes as best as possible. So up next, I see some more Roma tomatoes. This is a type of Roma, but it doesn't look like the striped Roma. It kind of does though, like really lightly. The stripes are just not very pronounced. Look at this glorious elephant ear behind the greenhouse. She is so glorious. Oh my goodness. Hey girl. Ugh, mosquitoes are really bad back here. I never really show behind the greenhouse, but I do have a couple of these elephant ear growing. I also have this beautiful canna lily growing, as well as not hostas. These aren't hostas. They are, the name is escaping me. And for whatever reason, this little corridor right here is like mosquito heaven, which is, it baffles me. I don't understand. But as soon as I walk back here, the mosquitoes are everywhere, and I don't know why. Okay, we got some more of these smoky ones right here. I need to find out what these are. What are you? Oh, another empty tag. Man, I see so many of these up in here. So beautiful. And so some of you guys were asking like, hey girl, does the mosquito suit really work? It does. It does. And does, let me tell you, because even last night I came out into the garden and I had on just regular pants. They weren't super thin, but they were long, and the mosquitoes were eating me through it. Now, I do wear pants underneath here, clearly. But this protection adds. The only time that I've felt a mosquito bite through this is if I am bending down like this and making it straight against my skin. And typically they go underneath the thighs, y'all, and then they be trying to eat me up. But for the most part, this, like walking and working, it doesn't get penetrated. And so it's incredible. It's hot, but you know, I just rather be hot and still be able to actually garden, you know. So right now I'm bent over here, which is not a good position for me in mosquito corridor, but I'm gonna try to work quickly so that I can actually harvest some tomatoes. Wow, I did not expect this. I did not expect this at all. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely gorgeous, y'all. Be still my heart. Okay, so up next is the Isis candy. I believe that's what this is. Let me taste it to confirm, because once you taste the Isis candy, once you taste an Isis candy, you cannot untaste an Isis candy. It is incredible. So let's confirm. Oh my goodness. It is so good. Okay, wait. Let me calm down and let me stop smacking so that I can talk to you sensibly. Okay. I got it. Y'all, the Isis candy is such a great sweet tomato. What it reminds me of actually is tomato sauce that's already been prepared. You know how it'll have that sweet undertone? That is what Isis candy tastes like to me. It tastes like I am in Willy Wonka world and I just picked this tomato from some type of candy tree and I ate it and I had tomato soup in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's legit. Last year was my first year actually growing this, and I was so sad that I only had one plant because it was my top favorite. That and my Artisan Bumblebee. And so this tomato right here, y'all, is insanely good. And I'm not a super big fan of all the red tomatoes yet. I haven't found like a red tomato, and I don't call a Cherokee purple one of them because I really feel like that's not a true red tomato. But I have not found a red tomato like how this is red that tastes good like this to me. I feel like I wish they had this type of tomato in a slicer. Yum. I do see some that are kind of busted, but I'm going to keep this and get those seeds out of there because I definitely want those Isis seeds. I'll put that right there. So as far as large slicers, I've heard that the Paul Robeson is really good, but I've never grown that. I should try to find seeds for that so that I could taste it. I wish I could go to one of those, you know, where they have, this one also has a hole, where they have like where you can like taste all types. Maybe like one of those seed companies that has like where you could actually taste the produce that you're going to grow. I think that would be an incredible experience that I would love to do, because then you would know why you wanted to grow it. You wouldn't have to spend time growing it just to be guessing if you're going to like it or not. Okay, I believe that this over here is the Brad's Atomic Grape. I do see that one busted. They're pretty small. That is beautiful. You know what? That's not what this is. This is something else. What is this called? The tag's not here. Wait, is it? It's something. By the time I show you this video, I will have put this up on the screen, but look how beautiful that is. And this is how it is. Like it's orange with greens with purples. It is really cool looking. There's also some tomatoes that's ready in this bed right here. And I know these are Romas, which I love because they're useful in making sauce. This basket is about to be completely full and I was not expecting that, y'all. So my first year of gardening, and maybe my second year, I didn't know why Romas was so great for making sauce, but the reason why they're so great is because they don't have a bunch of juice and seeds in it. So they're really much more simple to process. And so that's a tip for all of you beginner gardeners. That's why people grow, well, I can't say that's only why they grow Romas, but Romas are really great for making sauces and making salsas. Someone actually commented recently when I showed the picture. Oh, it was on my post that I made trying to figure out who can see me, y'all. I'm here. And someone said that they roast. I believe it was on that post. They said that they roast their, not roast, they grill theirs. I've never had a grilled tomato. I was like, what? That sounds amazing, because then you're going to get all those smoky flavors from the grill. Which I appreciate smoky flavors because I love a Cherokee purple. And then whatever this tomato is right here, this is a smoky tomato. So now that I'm done harvesting in our tomato corridor, I'm actually going to be trellising and pruning all of these things up. But before I do, I want to harvest more tomatoes. Okay, so I did see some tomatoes in the GREENSTALK that need to be harvested like right now. These are called patio tomatoes. And so very beautiful, classic type of tomato taste. Mealyworms are actually really new this year for me. Oh no, I got a split in that one. Never seen them before and they just showed up. Look at this bed. Look at this corn. I should just pop those other 4 corns in here. Ooh, look at that frog, y'all. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. Isn't that the cutest thing? Look at that. From the outside I saw a big shadow. I was like, what is it? I saw that big shadow right there. And I looked in and it's the cutest little frog. Just in there chilling. I don't mind. Oh my goodness. I just came around this corner and it was like, we are here, y'all. I didn't expect to have such a huge tomato harvest. Okay, so these beauties over here are my Artisan Bumblebees, as well as Sunrise. Is it the Sunrise? Never, you know what I'm saying? Listen, can I just give you some advice real quick? Don't ever think you're gonna remember something. Like, oh my goodness, y'all. I am just 39 and I feel like my memory is like quitting on me. It's so sad. It's such a sad reality. Look at these beauties though. Look at these beauties. So beautiful. Oh, I have a lot to pick over here. So I need to do it. I think I need to go get my basket. These tomatoes gonna be overlapping, y'all. Okay, I think I gotta take this off. I gotta take all these off. Wow. This harvest basket right here, y'all, is a keeper. Let's see if we can pop these in. I also have so many Romas that I need to come out and get. I think I'm gonna grab another little basket and get all of the Romas as well. Okay, so I grabbed another basket. It just turned 9 o'clock, so I need to make quick work of this because it heats up so fast. Oh. This eggplant is now starting to turn yellow. I'm pretty sure it's done. I need to come and snip that like right now. And I need to harvest my okra right here. I need to harvest those few okras. I have this beauty right here. Look at this. This is the Carolina Gold tomato. And I have a couple of those. I also see more back here. How beautiful is this? To have such a rainbow of color. And the food is just so fun, y'all. This makes my heart just so happy. Oh my goodness. That is so tall, y'all. That has to be a 12-foot tall piece of bamboo. Where to cut? That's just the question. I could cut it here and it could be just tall enough. But it seems like I should cut it from up here because, well, and if I go up there, I might as well go a little further. Whoa. Now that's stuck up there. I'm gonna go ahead and, honestly, these things are so tall. So, for reference, I am 5'8". So, this could be 8 feet tall. I think I'm gonna cut the rest of them this tall so that I don't have to try to maneuver them inside. This is the piece that came off the other piece that I cut. And it's perfectly usable, y'all. Okay. I want to make quick work of this. Put this here. I did show you guys in another video how I am doing the bamboo, but I will quickly show you here as well. I'm attaching the bamboo to the actual structure. And if I have a piece of bamboo in the front and a piece of bamboo in the back, I attach the two pieces of bamboo together. Whoa. So I am using these reusable zip ties that I got from Amazon. I really like the reusable zip ties because they're reusable. So I also want to clarify with pruning, what I personally do. I'm gonna prune this whole tomato with the same shear. Like, I'm not gonna make a cut and then wash my shears off and then make another cut. I'm gonna prune this whole tomato because whatever it got, the whole thing already got it. So clearly. But after I get done with this one, then I'll clean my shears. Oh my goodness, y'all. So the harvest is beautiful. It's glorious. It makes my heart so happy, especially because I didn't expect that. Like, we were gone all day yesterday until about 7 o'clock because yesterday was our daughter's birthday. One of our daughters turned 13. Yes, I remember when I turned 13, y'all. Isn't that wild? And so we were gone all day. And so last night we got home about 7. I ran quickly into the garden and I went right there and got a couple of those tomatoes that I told you guys about, but I didn't like look around, dig in anything. And so my mind was not at all on all of the tomatoes that were ready to be harvested. I was not expecting that. And my heart is so very happy. I'm so happy to have pruned that area, to stake everything up. It just makes you feel good whenever you accomplish something that you know is much needed in the garden. Thank you guys so much for joining me in the garden today. Until next time, friends.